In this video, we are going to be building 3 towers. You can see them over there. There's some spoilers for another video, maybe another day. If you watched the last video, we built this kind of smaller tower. So I kind of wanted to take that to a next level. So we're going to be building these 2 towers in like time lapse. I'm not going to show too much of them, otherwise there's no point of you watching the video. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you do, make sure to leave a like. And if you want to see more videos where I build stuff, then make sure to subscribe. And I also wanted to ask for your opinion, so in the comments, if you want to see more building videos like this one today, or that tower one over there, then please let me know. But if you want to see more survival videos like my Amplified Survival World, also like say, I prefer the Amplified Survival World ones. And if you want to see more like Bed Wars videos, which I probably wouldn't do because you know how bad I am at Bed Wars if you watch the Bed Wars video. I hope you like this video. We're going to be building 3 towers, like I said, but in a specific order. So we're going to build one for the overworld, one for the nether, and one for the end. So we're going to start with the overworld one, and we're going to kick it straight off with a time lapse. So hope you enjoy. So for the first tower, I wanted to go for a fantasy style, so I started the base here and like evolved, just worked on top of it. It was a little bit weird, as you'll see in a minute, it kind of sticks out. Now by saying like I can only use blocks that you find in the overworld or the nether or the end, I'll allow like crafting, so I don't know if you can find polished andesite or polished andesite stairs. So say if you stayed in the overworld, that's what you'd find and you'll be able to craft it. So as you can see, I do this weird thing where I stick the like jut out bit and then it like comes into a cone shape on top of that. I add like quite a lot of stairs on like this one layer, and then as you can see I start building up that cone, adding our first layer of windows. I do add the glass later. It's not the best tower I've done. I didn't really know what to do, so I think I could have done better. If I were to redo it, I definitely would, like a better. And then I added these like spike bits coming out. I wanted to hang lanterns from them, but then I never did. In the end, I kind of forgot. I was going to put lanterns on the top. As you can see what I mean with the cone shape just coming along, like goes up into a cone, then I put a roof on top of that. Starting to make the roof now. Adding some more wood in there just to stop, like, we don't want solid grey everywhere. This build took me around 45 minutes, so not too long. Like I said, I would definitely spend more time improving it. Certainly not the best build I've done. Adding the roof on now, as you can see, I just went for like a cross roof. Almost done now. I come back, I had trouble with those stairs, if you noticed, and then I come back over with some lanterns and some glass and just fill in all the areas like that with glass and lanterns. There you go. So here is the tower on the replay mod currently. Like I said, it's a bit weird. It's like comes out at the bottom here, which I'm not really a fan of, and like then goes into a cone. I think the straight tower would be good, so for the next tower I'm probably just going to stick with the straight tower. It's okay. There's quite a lot of detail over here, look at this. And then we've got the windows. Did I forget? I did forget. Okay, I forgot like all the windows. I said I'll do them. Did I forget the? Unless we're not at the end, complete end yet, because this is in the replay mod. Oh, there's some other stuff, other videos over there. And I think we're going to get on with the Nether Tower. So we'll be using black stone, some of that crimson stuff. Yeah, I want to use the crimson stuff. I like this roof though. I do like this roof design. I have an idea for the Nether Tower. It's going to be straighter than this. It's not going to go weird and coney. And I definitely have an idea for the roof. I do want to do a roof inspired by something in particular. So hope you enjoyed that first tower. Hope you liked the first tower. And let's get on with the Nether Tower. So for the Nether Tower, I had this idea. I wanted to do spikes for the roof, which I did in the end, which you'll see. So we're starting off with a base. I used black stone and crimson wood. I didn't want to use warped wood. I just think it wouldn't fit with the black stone. I think crimson wood works much better. Then I built this like eye thing. I guess I get inspired by Bastion Remnants with their pig snouts because for the piglins. I filled that in with lava, as you'll see here in a minute. There we go. Put lava in that. Kind of made a mess at the bottom where fire started popping up. I didn't actually notice when I was building this. I only just watched the time lapse recently and then saw it. Then I added these like overhang bits where it's just basically a windowsill kind of thing. I added another layer here. I tried to keep quite a circular theme, so this one's quite circular. And I didn't want it to be more like all over the place like the last one you would have noticed. I did mention this, it's a bit weird where it comes out and then goes back into a cone shape. I just wanted to keep this one fluent cylinder. I added chains in the middle there, then added glowstone, just more lighting. Chains were going to be for windows, but then the lava was just annoying me because I could just do straight through them, so I added some crimson wood behind them. I guess there's not going to be any windows in this building. I wanted to finish it off here, but then I looked back at it and it looked way too short, so I added this another layer and put some gold in there just to make it look a bit more fancy. And then on the top here, this is where I finished it off. So I added a base. I actually looked at it again just to make sure. I remember to add a door this time, unlike the last tower. I have a habit of forgetting doors. I took the lava out because it was annoying me when I made the doors. I didn't remember to put it back in the time lapse, but I will put it back in, which you should see in a minute. I added these spikes and just like developed them so they got bigger, more pointy. I added stairs. We're almost finishing off this tower, and I hope you enjoy the Nether Tower. We're going to be moving on to the end tower next, and there we go. So this is what we're left with. This is the Nether Tower, and if you saw in the time lapse, I did actually have some lava here, but then I removed it. If you also saw that in the time lapse, to make way for this door, it's kind of getting in my way. I'm going to put the lava back because I think it looks quite good. I just forgot. Lava back, it's looking a bit more nethery now. So this is the Nether Tower. I did actually start using some black glazed terracotta because I thought that would look nice, but then I remembered that I can't because it's not part of the Nether. And you might be wondering why I use these chains, because you might think they're not in the Nether. Well, Bastion Remnants have chains all over them. We've got glowstone, we've got gold, definitely find that in the Nether. And we've got these nice spikes up the top here. Hope you like this Nether Tower. So that's the overworld tower there, Nether Tower here. I think we probably should start building the end tower. Probably going to be the hardest. This was harder, but I do like it. I like it more than that one. That one just went a bit weird. But like the end tower, I think probably the worst, maybe. Maybe I can make it look good. And probably the hardest, because there's not many blocks I can use. So for the end tower, I went for more square theme. So all the previous towers were circular. for this one with square. It's kind of fantasy, I guess. Mainly my builds are fantasy, I just like it. But I don't know, end is kind of its own style, isn't it? So, as you can see, we start off with a square base. I use some end rods for windows. I can use magenta stained glass, and I'll explain why later, which you'll see. And I did use magenta stained glass on the second layer, coming up here. I sped this one up much quicker because this took me 50 minutes. Put probably the most time into this one. Well, I definitely put the most time into this one. It was the most complicated. I didn't really know what to do with the blocks I had. I could only really use 2 colours. There's no extra colours I could use because in the end there only are 2 colours, purple and this yellowy colour. Building up like our first roof, I kind of did this thing that I quite like recently where I built like a roof to a first part and then add a roof on top. I don't really know how to explain it, but I did this like roof thing. We decorate that with some more endstone and purple. Coming up to the top here, I start work on something, a fantasy roof kind of thing, 5 roofs I guess, where you make like towers pop out of the roof. I've used it in builds before and I liked it. I came back down and just finished off the bit that I started, bringing up that wall up, and then I started these towers that I was talking about. I play around with the roof quite a lot. That's really where most of that 50 minutes came from, because I sped through the bottom parts, and it's just the roof that I struggled with. Because it's quite a small tower, this is a much smaller one. I struggled to get the good balance of shapes. I started with the 3x3 area for these endstone tower things coming up on here, and I had to go 2x2, and 2x2 is there's not enough detail I could add in 2x2 area. Like you can't add windows or anything, so I played around with it way too much. Almost finished now, the end tower coming to an end. So we're back in the replay mod. I just used it because I was here. So I'm going to upload the time lapse in a minute. So this is the end tower, as you saw, or you should have seen from the time lapse. I hope you like it. It's a little different. It's more square. It goes for square, and you might be wondering, well, I used magenta stained glass, but can you find that in the end? Well, you can find it in End Cities. So I got quite a lot of inspiration from the End Cities. And then we've got these turrets on top, fantasy style turrets with 5 roofs basically. I hope you like this build. It's got end rods here. Add them after the time lapse, so I don't think you'd have seen them. Just a little bit of detail. The turrets were lacking a little bit of detail. I stole some of these features from End Cities. You've got here like these crenellation kind of things. These are, I think, found in End Cities, like that exact design. I'm not quite sure. I haven't been to End Cities in ages. So I hope you enjoy this last tower build, and I hope you enjoyed all 3 tower builds actually. I hope you enjoyed all 3 of these tower builds. I certainly enjoyed building them. It was a fun little challenge. Well, definitely challenge because I certainly struggled on that end one. Remember to let me know what your favourite one was. My personal favourite was definitely the Nether Tower. I just think it looks so cool. I don't really like this one, but let me know your opinions in the comments, and hopefully I'll see you in the next video. And like I said in the intro, make sure to let me know if you prefer these building videos where I build more in like time lapses, or if you want to see more survival videos. I'll try to get a episode 3 out, but I have something big planned for episode 3. I haven't started filming yet. So episode 3, Amplified Survival. When I do get it out, make sure you see it. And to make sure you see it, make sure to subscribe as well. Thank you for watching.